Hey, good morning everyone, or it might not be morning when you see this, but it's Friday morning when I'm sitting down to make this video. And I would like to welcome you to my channel. This is ABC on women's health, and today we're talking about acne. So when I woke up this morning, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I have somehow managed to misplace my notebook that has all of my ideas in it for videos for this channel. So I had to try and come up with something nice and quick. And as I was washing my face in the bathroom this morning, I thought, okay, why not be a little bit more real today and talk about acne. So I have had acne for, let me do the math, roughly 11 and a half years. That's a pretty long time, and I can say that it's changed a lot in that time and seems to be getting better. I don't know if you can see this in this light. I'll try and get a bit closer, but I have acne and scarring all over this cheek and jawbone here, and I have more on this side, not quite as much, but you can see it even comes down onto my neck a little. You can probably see a couple of spots on my forehead. What you can't see is blackheads on my nose and this little under eye area, and just on the corners, lower corners of my mouth. And I also get the occasional, you can probably see some scars on my chin. So when I get nice and close, you can see that my skin's not really that pretty. But I can tell you that this is a lot better than it has been in the last couple of weeks. So I had this idea that if I was ever going to talk about acne, I had to have clear skin first, because who's going to take advice about acne from someone who has acne? So I totally understand if you don't think this is a legit video. One of my friends actually encouraged me to go for it anyway, because she pointed out that sometimes when you're watching someone who has beautiful skin and they're talking about how they recovered from acne, it's sometimes hard to believe them, and sometimes you wonder if they ever actually had it, because their skin is just so nice. So I am 23 years old, and like I said, I've had acne for 11 and a half years. It's changed a lot in that time. There have been times where I've cleared it up and it's come back, and I would say that it probably changed when I was about 17, 18, and it became a different problem. So a lot of teens get acne. It's one of those things about their hormonal changes, going through puberty, it happens. But adult acne is a different story. And especially in women, it can be very complicated. Before I cover how to actually clear up acne and how to help it to heal, I want to cover all the things that I've tried that do not work. And I'm not just going to cover that they don't work, I'm also going to talk about why they don't work. On my little list here of things that I tried and did not work, I have the pill, as well as antibiotics, and the most common antibiotic that doctors give out for acne is doxycycline. Acne face washes, pore scrubs, Proactive, if you've ever tried using the Proactive range, they're very heavily advertised as being really helpful for clearing up acne. Any oil stripping washes or oil-free moisturizers, Clearasil blemish creams and gels, and benzoyl peroxide. That's just a few that I could think of today that I have tried that do not work. Now, some of you watching this might have had some success with some of these, and that's great. I'm not saying that you can't see any results with them. What I'm talking about is that they don't work long term, and I'm going to get to the how and the why. So most of these products are actually treating the symptoms of the acne, not the cause. Now, what acne actually is, what acne actually is your body trying to detox itself. Now, there's a few different variations of this, like sometimes your pores get clogged and that can cause infection to build up. But if you're getting a lot of cystic acne, a lot of big open weeping acne, or big pustules, a lot of that is your body actually trying to get rid of toxins that are in it. And so by treating just that, you're not really going to fix anything. The thing about treating the actual area where you can see the acne is that you will actually see some results, but they're not lasting results. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's success if it doesn't last. And here's what I mean by that. When you put harsh chemicals on your face, like benzoyl peroxide and a lot of these acne face washes and things that strip the oil from your skin, what they actually do is they kill the bacteria that live on your skin. Now this might sound like a good thing to you because you're wanting to try and get rid of all that bacteria that causes the infection. But let me explain something to you. Your skin is a microenvironment. It has living microorganisms on there. Now that might sound a little bit creepy to some people. Sounds a little bit creepy to me, to be honest. But the truth is that there are good and bad bacteria living on just about everything in this world, including our skin. And they actually help to keep our skin really nice and healthy. By putting harsh chemicals on your skin, you're actually killing not only the bad guys but also the good guys. And the reason why you can see some temporary successes with a lot of these topical treatments is because while ever you keep on using them, you keep on removing those bad bacteria, but you're also removing the good bacteria. So what happens when you stop using them is that the bad bacteria grow back faster, because it's a better environment for them. So what can happen is that you can stop using some of these topical treatments and all of a sudden it will all come back. As far as antibiotics like doxycycline, this does basically the same thing but to the inside of your body. So I'm sure you can picture what that means. Basically, when you're taking antibiotics, it kills everything. We all know that you're supposed to take probiotics at the same time as antibiotics, and this could definitely help. But I wouldn't recommend taking antibiotics for your acne unless of course it's incredibly severe and that's the only step you have left to take. Obviously take your doctor's advice over and above mine. Do your own research, but my recommendation would be to not go with straight up with something that kills bacteria. That's not really what's going to help you long term. The pill is often prescribed for hormonal acne, and it can be very helpful for clearing up your skin quickly. But one thing I would say is that the reason your skin would clear up is because it thinks that your hormones are balanced, but they're not. When you're taking the pill, you're getting fake hormones, you're getting synthetic hormones, and you're having them put into your system by an outside source. What this means is that as soon as you stop taking the pill, those hormones are gone and your body does not know how to handle that. It doesn't know why it's suddenly not getting the hormones. It doesn't know that it needs to produce them. You're going to go straight back down into quite severe hormonal imbalance. This doesn't happen to everyone. I'm not a doctor, but I have seen it happen. So now we get to the fun part where I talk about what I have done and how it has improved my skin. I'm going to try and include some pictures into this video so you can see where I've been. I actually also have acne on my upper back and shoulders and have had it on my upper arms. And so something I want to talk about is acne body and face mapping. You can actually look this up. Pinterest is probably one of the best places because you get little pictures. So acne face and body mapping is a bit of an ancient, I think it's Chinese, I could be wrong. And what they do is they talk about what area of your body you're seeing acne and what the cause of that specific area might be. Now there are some variations in these, but most of the time you'll see common factors between them. So some will say that one area means digestion problems and someone else will say that that area means liver problems. And from where I stand, those two seem very, very tightly connected to me. So you can see what I mean by being able to see similarities whilst there may be some differences in them. They're all basically going to have very similar concepts of what's wrong with you depending on what area you're seeing acne. Now this has made a difference to me because it's helped me to pinpoint what I really need to do to fix my body. Three main areas that I personally have found are issues for me is gut health, hormonal health, and vitamin deficiencies. I think these are probably some of the most common causes of acne, but again, I'm not a professional. This is just my observation and my research. You can look up on YouTube different people who talked about how they've healed their acne, and you'll find quite a number of them have covered the same things. So then, things that I have done to help get my skin back on track is to try and heal my gut, to try and heal my hormone imbalance, and to take more vitamins, but to take the right vitamins. So, and in the process, to try and help heal my skin. I think that these things are all very interconnected. I think that when you have a healthy gut, you're going to have healthy hormones, which means you're going to have healthy skin. And these are all so vital. And especially as girls, it's so hard for us to look in the mirror and be really unhappy with what we see. And I really want to encourage you that just because you have acne doesn't mean you're not beautiful. It can be really hard for us to see past the stuff on our face, but the truth is that's not you, and we will get through it and we will find healing. So the way I've got to this point is by tackling all three things at once: gut health, hormonal health, and skin healing. And I'm going to cover some of the things that I've done to achieve that, and it's going to be as brief as possible. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer all of them. And I might even get some ideas for some expanded topics from this if you leave some questions and comments below. So as I mentioned, taking antibiotics can kill all the good guys and the bad guys in your gut, making it easier for the bad guys to grow back. So healing your gut health actually starts with your bacteria. And one of the best ways to heal your gut health is to take probiotics. Probiotics come in all sorts of forms. You can drink it through kombucha or kefir. You can also take probiotics in a tablet form, or you can drink them in those little tiny Yakult yogurt drinks. I don't actually know what they're called, but they have probiotics in them. But they would not be my recommended version because they're full of dairy and sugar, which are two things that I'm going to cover in just a moment. So probiotics are really, really helpful. They essentially feed your gut with more good bacteria. And this is a really great way to get started, because the more good bacteria you have in there, the more they're going to get to work with getting rid of the bad guys. Secondly, for healing your gut health, and I think this is really, really important, is cutting out refined sugar, all dairy, and gluten. Now this might sound like a life without flavor to you right now, but I promise you it's not. It can be hard at times, but the results are so worth it. I have been trying to be gluten and dairy free for some time now, and to be honest, I haven't done very well. I'm always eating things. I mean, there's so many delicious things that I could eat. But in recent times, I have been so sick of my skin that I really knuckled down and tried to get this under control, and I stopped eating everything. I had a couple of incidents where I was taking this elderly lady to a doctor's appointment, and on the way home she stopped and she bought me lunch. And this lunch had was a wrap. So it had a gluten wrap in it, and it had mayonnaise in it, which had dairy in it. And I hadn't had any breakouts for a whole week, and that night I got 3 across my forehead and 2 on each cheek. I seem to get it very symmetrical. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I then cut it out again, and I stopped having anything, but I have seen similar things when I have tried. I had a cup of coffee with milk in it, and I got more on my forehead. So I think there's a bit of a cycle here, and I can see that having dairy and gluten is actually having quite a serious impact on my skin, and cutting it out has an even better impact on my skin. I'm not the only one who has seen results from this. I'll try and link below some other videos that I have found where they talk about similar things and about cutting out dairy and gluten. So you can see that I'm not the only one who's seen results from this. It definitely does work, and most importantly, it actually helps to really heal your body inside and out, and you'll actually see changes in other places. So for example, if you feel lethargic throughout the day, cutting out gluten can make a huge difference to that and can give you a boost of energy. Cutting out dairy means that you're having less sugar, so that is so good for you in so many ways. The next thing I have found that really helps, and this probably helps more so with balancing of hormones, is actually drinking herbal teas. Now it also helps with gut health because it helps to sort of flush out toxins and flush out your immune system and all of that. But most importantly, it helps to balance hormones, and there's all different things that you can drink that help with your hormones. I've covered some of these in my last video on period pain, but you can take spearmint tea, peppermint tea, raspberry leaf tea, turmeric tea. Chai tea has lots of spices in it that are really good for your immune system, and that can help in a lot of ways as well. And to go with my tip for drinking more herbal teas is also to drink less caffeine. Now this might be really hard because coffee is amazing, so is tea actually. I really like tea as well, and black teas usually have a certain amount of caffeine in them, but I think it's really important to reduce the amount of caffeine you have. The reason being that caffeine actually helps to activate certain types of hormones in your body that cause adrenaline rushes, activate stress hormones that help you to sustain energy throughout the day. And obviously these can be really helpful and they can give you a great feeling, but these hormones are stressing hormones, and they're hormones that will give you anxiety and sometimes depression. Obviously they're not always going to do that, but they can. And my point being that by cutting out caffeine, you're going to reduce the production of those hormones, which enables you to produce more of your calming, soothing and healing hormones. And along the same lines of helping to heal your gut and heal your hormones, something you might want to try is a 24-hour fast. Now I don't recommend doing this without consulting your doctor because it doesn't work for everyone and it isn't always safe to try. But some people have had a lot of success with it. I did a fast the other day. I did not make it all the way to 24 hours, but my body is not very well suited to fasting, being slim, and that I have quite a fast metabolism, so I work through things a lot. Now when I fasted, I didn't just not have anything. I drank a lot of freshly squeezed juices and green smoothies to try and keep up my intake of nutrients, but in liquid form to help flush my system out. And I did this because I'd eaten a lot of sort of rubbishy stuff over the few days before that, and I was feeling pretty unwell from it, and I was seeing it come out on my skin, and I actually didn't feel like eating at all because I was so bloated and uncomfortable. So I went and did this detox for probably was 16 hours or so. I didn't eat for. I can say I was really hungry by the end of it, but it made me feel so much better. So it's definitely worth looking into, worth a try, but do not do it without consulting your doctor first. As far as actually caring for your skin, obviously we need to keep our skin clean, and if we can't use a lot of these pore scrubs or acne face washes that strip all the oil away from our faces, the question then is, what can we use? And we get a lot of information about, you know, oil is bad, you need to get rid of the oil because your skin's producing too much oil. I think sometimes this can be the case, particularly for teen acne, but when we're talking about adult acne, it's a different story. Like I was saying before, and if we start from the inside, we also need to be consistent with the outside. And one of the best things that I have found recently is doing an oil cleanse. Now this might sound disgusting to you, and some people have really oily skin and it sounds like a terrible idea, but I promise you there's more to it than just putting oil on your skin. You can actually customize an oil cleanse for your skin type, and depending on how dry or oily your skin is, you can add different oils to adjust it for your skin type. Now what oil cleansing actually does is oil dissolves oil, and this means that when you put oil on your skin, it's going to dissolve the oils and the dirt stuck in the oil that's in your skin and in your pores. But at the same time, you're not going to be stripping your skin of all the healthy oils that keep your skin healthy and alive. I'm not going to go into oil cleansing in too much detail here today, but I would encourage you to do some research into it and how it works. But I can promise you that despite your skin type, there is an oil cleanse that would help you. You can combine it with other things and you can do all sorts of different combinations. If you'd like to see a video on oil cleansing and my skincare routine, please just drop a comment and let me know. Oil cleansing can also help to keep the pH balance of your skin healthy, and it also creates a good environment for the right bacteria. The other thing about taking care of your skin is that you have to try something over a long period of time. This is really hard for me because I'm not by nature a patient person. I'm not sure if there are too many people who are. But I tend to be very impatient and I want results now, and who doesn't want results? If you have acne in your face, you want to get rid of it today or yesterday, or even, you know, 5 years ago would have been nice. I would recommend trying some of these different cleansing methods because what you're looking for is the absolute best way to help your skin heal. And some of these things you will actually see more breakouts initially, but you have to stick with them anyway and wait, because sometimes having more breakouts is a sign that your skin is really liking it and it's really detoxing. It can also be breaking out more because you're changing your diet and changing your gut health, and so your hormones are all messed up and it's just trying to figure out what's going on. What we really have to do is give our bodies time and be patient with them, hard as that may be. So another tip that I have is with regards to makeup. When we have acne, sometimes, excuse me, I'm just detoxing. So when we have a lot of acne, sometimes the only thing we want to do is cover it all up with makeup so we can actually look semi-normal. I know that can actually be quite hard because when you have a really bad face of acne, putting makeup on can sometimes just really be like highlighting the bad spots. But something I want to be really strong on is that when you're taking the time and putting in the effort to heal your body, you need to be really careful about wearing less makeup, and when you do wear makeup, to wear better makeup, healthy makeup. It can be very hard to find really good healthy makeups, but you can go and to my channel, and I'll try and link the video below. You can see the video I have on how to find different things that have the right ingredients for your skin, and how to find healthy products that you can actually put on your skin. This can include makeup. Makeup is harder to find at a good price. On that note, I actually am a presenter for Unique Makeup. That's Unique with a Y-O at the front. What this company is they create healthy makeup that helps to heal your skin at the same time as supporting women who have been sexually abused. So if you're really interested in trying to put some time and effort into healing your skin and healing your body, then I will leave a link for my makeup website below, and you can go and check that out and look at buying some makeup that will help to heal your skin in this process, because I know that it can be so hard to go out for a day or go to work without putting any makeup on when you feel like you look awful. So one of my other tips is to drink more water. Now, I mentioned this in my last video as well about period health and how it can help balance your hormones to drink more water. Well, it really can, but more importantly, it helps to flush all the toxins out of your body. Sounds a little bit gross, but it's true. And to be honest, wouldn't you rather be flushing those out of your body that way rather than having it come out on your face? So my last and final tip is to de-stress. Stress can have a huge impact on your skin, and you can see it through here. I have been incredibly stressed in the last few weeks. As I've mentioned in some of my other videos, my husband and I are kind of broke at the moment. Hopefully that will change very soon, but that obviously financial stress causes a lot of physical stress, and that will actually come out on your skin, because stress imbalances your hormones and it does all sorts of things to your body. One of my major tips, and my last and final tip, is to find some ways to de-stress, and that can mean getting some more sleep, taking some more time for yourself, and also taking magnesium. Magnesium is fantastic, especially if you take it before bed. It will help you to relax. It will help to reduce those stressful hormones that are racing around in you, which means you get a better sleep and you're going to be less stressed when you wake up in the morning. I really hope that this video helps you. If you're struggling with acne, I know that you are going to find healing one day soon, as long as you keep doing research and you keep trying to heal your body in every way possible. God bless. Thanks for watching.